Welcome Maurice and welcome to another unboxing. Here we have a watch from Ciga Design. Let's take a quick 360 of this box here. So it is a rather large box for a watch. It's got some nice embossing on the front here. Feels nice to the touch. GPHG, Red Dot Design Award. Some nice nods to their watches and their designs. Let's see. There we go. Seems like a flap. It's quite an unusual box. Okay, more embossing. It's got this golden branding now. Oh, it's a bag. It's quite nice. Some cogwheels and gears on the back. Springs. This is quite a nice bag. Let's put that to the side. Let's see what else we get. So inside is this box here. Let's clean this up a bit. This inner box has this plastic wrap over it, so I'll take that off and we'll get back to the box. Alright, wrapping's off, so let's take a closer look at the box here. We get a blue box with silver accenting, and on the front here is embossed with what we expect to see on the watch. GPHG. Let's see. So slides out. So here's the sleeve. We'll put the sleeve to the side for now. Let's see. So here we have a motif of the watch. Cigadesign. Looks kind of like a book. Has silver edging here. Yeah, if you look at that, it looks like a book. And you can see there's the watch. So the watch head comes separately from the strap there. Here's a strap. Okay, so the watch does come with some stickers, so let's go ahead and take these off. It's always great peeling off stickers. Let's see, case back sticker too. And there's some on the clasp. Alright, all stickers off. Let's put the strap on. Nice and easy, quick release bars for easy strap changes. Here it is. This is the Ciga Design Blue Planet 2. Now, right away when picking up this watch, the first thing I notice is not even the dial itself, but how soft and how pliable this rubber strap is. It's the softest rubber strap I've felt to date, and I can't wait to see what it feels like on the wrist. But taking a look at this dial, this is obviously the main draw of the watch here, and in person, I don't know if the camera will pick this up as well, but the earth there in the center pops out so much. It really looks like it's trying to jump out at you. And if I turn it to the side profile here, you can just see how much that earth just sticks out from the dial. And look at the dome of the crystal as well. I know they've updated this from the previous Blue Planet to have a much higher arc on the earth there, as well as a higher curve or arc on the crystal as well. And I think it's a really great touch because it is the main part of the watch here, the earth, and you really want it to have that spherical curved shape so it looks very striking and just looks more like a ball in the center of the watch. It has this great blue coloring for the ocean portion of the dial there, And you can see when I'm shining it through the light, it has this shimmering effect, similar to that of when you're staring out into the ocean and the sun is glistening on the surface of the water. Very nice detail. The continents, I like how they've gone with silver for the continents as well. Just look at all of this fine detail work. Now the silver on the continents matches the silver indices there, or markers. We can see them shining as well. And it kind of looks like the night sky, the stars shining in the night. But the numerals are done in a white color. But everything is still raised. And I like how the whole watch has a raised effect to it. You can see all the numerals and indices, just like the earth details. Nothing really printed on this watch. They've also increased the size of the indices from the previous version, so it will be more legible. And you kind of do need that legibility when you're looking at something like this, because it can be a little tricky to tell the time if you're not used to it. So on the dial, we get this compass here, and the compass itself acts as basically the hands of the watch, because if we look, it doesn't have any hands at all. Now you see on the dial, it will have these two rings, an outer ring and an inner ring. This outer ring is will be your hours, and this inner ring will be your minutes. So if we pull out the crown and we get this going, you can see the earth and that intermediate ring will begin to rotate. And this is how you adjust the time. And look how cool this is when you're adjusting the time. It looks like the earth is spinning around its axis, and the intermediate ring there, it's like the stars as it's moving through. Okay, so the way this works, that compass point there, that will be your indicator of basically how to read the time. So for example, let's say I want to set it to 2 or 5 past 2. So here you see the hours. I want to line it up with the 2, and 5 past just line up with the 5 there. Like this. Okay. And as such, when the watch progresses, it'll go in this motion. So you see the minutes are moving along, and this will let you know what minute it's at. So right now I have at 2, about 22, and it will just progress like this until it goes all the way around. So once you get the hang of it, it's quite easy to tell the time, but it does take some time to get used to, because you really only have that single indicator, and you need to rely on that fixed hour ring as well as the intermediate minute ring. The watch does have some lume to help with timekeeping in the dark, and we can see it there on the hours, the minutes, and the compass. Now, given how small the surface area is for lume application on its indices and markers, it won't be the brightest, and it does fade rather quickly. Now the case does have a circular and very curved case. Don't see any sharp edges or hard lines here. And it is titanium, so it will reduce the weight of the overall watch. And unlike most titanium watches, you can see this is a high polished titanium, so it looks rather nice. And I think the polishing helps to reduce the size of the watch in general, or when you're looking at it visually, because it will reflect, more of the surroundings and your skin when it's on the wrist. On the case back, we do get a display window, so we can see into the inner workings of the watch there. Now, it's not the most decorated, but it's always cool to see the inner workings of the watch regardless. You can see the underside is also polished, just like the rest of the watch. And we can see here, we get a glimpse of how the strap attaches to the case. So the lugs are kind of like underneath the case itself, kind of push inwards so that the strap has a seamless flow. So whatever strap you decide to put on this watch, it'll have this no gap appearance to it, which I quite like. And having it start inwards instead of out here will make it wear a lot better on more wrists as well. Coming to the strap, it doesn't really have any other detailing work besides this center portion. So it is rather simple, but I think it's a good choice because it allows all of the emphasis to go on this gorgeous dial without taking away or distracting from the watch itself. Now the strap does come with this deployant friction fit clasp, which is rather nice because it reduces wear on the strap itself, but also you can use it on other straps that you have lying around and it will match the branding of the watch. It'll be a cohesive flow. You can see it has no buttons. So what you do is, see here, you just press and it kind of presses in these two middle prongs here so that you can release it. So if you just try to pull up, it'll be locked in place. Give it a press and it releases, which then you can release this portion here. Okay, so it is kind of a locking feature as well, where this locks over the top and you can see the teeth lock that second part into place. So you can't take this part out unless you do this part first, which I actually quite like because it makes it a lot more secure. Clasp there, polished, has some brushing. I like this angular design. It contrasts that of the case. Ciga Design there. So this one goes on first and then followed by the buckle portion. So once you find your desired size, just pop it through the hole. Now this side first, and then it's as easy as that. Okay, and then to take it off, to press this, then you can go ahead and release that. Nice and simple. It'll have a very similar motion to like your usual watch clasp, and you can see that it reduces wear because you don't have to fiddle with the usual tang buckle. Just slides in and easily removable. Now here it is on wrist. I have about a 6.5 inch wrist for your reference, and it is quite a large watch coming in at 46 millimeters, but the case shape itself is a complete circle, which means the lug to lug is also 46 millimeters, and having that strap start a lot earlier than the end of the case allows it to just begin contouring earlier as well for a nicer fit. So while it does wear a lot better on larger wrists, I think it can work on smaller wrists as well. It's a lot more wearable than its 46 millimeter dimension suggests. The strap, of course, extremely comfortable and no breaking in required because how soft it is. The case itself, given its curvature, no hot spots, and being a polished case as well, I think that also aids in its wearability. It kind of reduces the impact of the case on the wrist. That polishing helps it blend in. The lightweight properties of titanium also help in the wearability and comfort of the watch, and I have a feeling that if this was in steel, it would feel very top heavy. So the watch itself does feel a lot lighter than it looks, but it does still have some heft to it, and it does still have a little top heavy feeling, given how thin that strap is and how thick that watch head is. This watch overall is such a unique timepiece and will definitely attract attention given how bold it is with all its details and the planet Earth just sticking out from its dial, especially with how high that arc is. I really like how they've increased it so that it has more of that pop. It just really looks like it's jumping out at you. It's such a great visual sensation. The trade-off is a lot of thickness added to the watch, so it will be hard to kind of slide under the cuff, but I think it's a worthy trade-off given the visual impact it has on the overall composition and package of the watch. It is a watch that emphasizes that earth look, so you kind of do want that higher arc there. There it is, guys. That's my first impressions of the Ciga Design Blue Planet 2. Once I spend more time with the watch, I'll do a more in-depth review with more variety of shots outdoors, on wrists, in a variety of places. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more watch content. I'll see you in the next one.